What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Bookworms Locker with another edition of Locker Room Talk with your host Isaiah Mo. Can't give you my whole government. With your host Isaiah. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Happy Thursday. The end of the week is here. Let's do this. Last preseason game of this time frame of the NFL season. After Sunday, come next Monday, we in football mode, AMG mode. So we about to get live in a couple of weeks, baby. I hope y'all ain't scared. Cause I'm not. Ha. So what we got here? So what are we doing here? Give me some shout outs real quick. Mopar Buck, Mamba Grice, D.F.G. Carlo, Damian, Barry, Neil, Josh. What it do? What the business is? Word on the street. All right. What y'all want to talk about? I'm getting right to it. It's going to be a light version of a locker room talk today. I'm not going to bring in a lot of people. I'll bring in many as I can, but not at one time. It'll be a one-on-ones today. We'll do a little one-on-ones today. We're not going to do group chat this time. So, but in recent Bucks news, Cyrus Grayson has been waived, cut, released, whatever. It's unfortunate, experienced guy, but came down to not being healthy. He in training camp at his position and not being a prime target, you got to perform. And unfortunately, Cyrus Grayson got caught in the numbers game, and the younger guys are doing better. And Cyrus Grayson had some big catches last year against the Saints. I think he had one against the Jets and another team. So he's got real NFL experience, so he'll be on the roster again. But not surprised by him being cut. I mean, I had him not making the roster anyway. Now, if they can bring him back on the practice squad, that'd be great. And hopefully he don't get picked up by another team. But we're gonna see. I'll keep track of that, as his career unfolds as far as in the immediate future. Hopefully we can bring him back. But that's crazy because he actually played some real games. He was out there, catching real balls, like running real routes. And he go from that to not making the team. That's how the NFL is. Every year is different. Somebody coming to take your job. And in other words, that's good. Not saying that's good, but it's good news for Stearns, Tompkins, and Geiger. It's good for those guys. Perriman, Scotty Miller. So come Saturday against the Colts, it's either put up or shut up. They only outside of Tyler Smith, outside of Tyler Johnson, they only gonna keep two more. I believe there's two spots available. You got your top five. You know what I'm saying? You got your top five. Evans, Godwin, Gage, Jones, and Johnson, Tyler Johnson. And these guys are fighting for basically two spots. You got about five guys fighting for two spots. You got the three young guys, Scotty Miller and Prashad Perriman. And according to what Todd Bowles said, if you are healthy, you are playing this Saturday against the Colts. So that is interesting. Oh, yeah, and Darden. I'll keep forgetting about Darden. Yeah, Darden. Ghost, Dart. So like basically 6 guys. The 3 young guys, Miller, Perriman, and Darton. 6 guys fighting for 2 spots. And it's gonna be the guys that's not gonna make the team as far as in that group. A lot of us gonna have mixed reviews on that. They're gonna be like, oh, why we didn't keep, Stearns over, why we keeping Scotty Miller and not keeping Tom, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna always be something. Why we keeping Darton? Like whoever makes the team, is great, but there's gonna be some unhappy folks because their guy didn't make it. But shouts out to Series Great, Cyril Grayson, for your contributions to the Bucs. I hope your future journey in this NFL, if it continues, goes well. And if it doesn't, wish you the best in your career outside of football. Hopefully he can get on the practice squad. So, like I said, I told you, I didn't have him making the team. So I'm not surprised by him getting, waived. So, but that's the name of the game. NFL, man, every year you fight for a job, especially if you're not, a first team offense or even second team. And even if you're second team, young guys can come in and take your job. So, but back to this weekend's game. Also the Bucs picked up they signed Avery. I will tell you which. They signed a outside linebacker. He got drafted by the Eagles, but he went to the Steelers and he got cut, I believe. So that's interesting. Outside linebacker, and I think that's more about Grant Stewart's situation. I don't know. He's gonna make the team. What up, Buck with your girl? What's up? I'm not sure if Grant Stewart is gonna make the team, but them signing Avery, that tells you a lot about KJ Britt too. But they don't play the same position, outside linebacker. But Avery can play special teams, and that's where the bread and butter at. Special teams for guys like Avery, KJ Britt, Grant Stewart. So it's going to be interesting with those 2 guys because both of those guys playing special teams and they signed an outside linebacker. Now, mind you, they signed Carl Nassib as a replacement for Cam Gill, a top replacement for Cam Gill. And you got Anthony Nelson, as well. So you would think if you had to look at it, Anthony Nelson probably is backing up Shaq Barrett and Carl Nassib is backing up Joe Tryon. JTS. And now you got Avery, another outside linebacker, undersized, played a lot of special teams. So I don't know how much time he's going to get in the rotation. If they keep him, maybe they just want to see what they got. He might produce something this Saturday. If he flash on Saturday and make some plays, he can take a spot. KJ Britt, Grant Stewart. 03 Ole Fukase. I can't get his name right. 03 Ole Fute Fatukasi. I almost got it. But we're going to see how that plays out. Now, remember, Avery plays on the outside. So I'm just very curious to see they didn't sign him to play Jannard Avery. That's his name. But I think they signed him for special team purposes. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. I don't believe they signed him to play, actually, get on the field and play. I think that was more of a special team signing because of Grant Stewart. That tells you more about Grant Stewart than anything. That whatever injury that he does have, probably not good. Obviously not good because we haven't seen him in a while. But like I said, if Avery come out there and make some plays on special teams and make some tackles and show some, some explosiveness, KJ Britt and Grant Stewart on the chopping. They already on the chopping block because of Olefule Futukase or 03, that's our backup to backup, right? So we're gonna see. And also, but going back to the starters, all the starters are going to play. The starters that are not hurt. If you're healthy, as Todd Bowles said, they're going to play. Now, whoever don't play, that means you're not healthy. That's how I see it. And you already got an idea where I'm going with this. Mike Evans been back at practice. Russell Gage, but for some strange reason, I'm just taking a guess. I don't think Gage and Evans gonna play, even though they're probably healthy. But based on what Todd Bowles said, all are playing if you're healthy. So that's a telltale sign too to see who get on that field. And we got some more. We got one more cut. We got a cut on August 30th. We got to get down to 53, and we got some names on the chopping block. Well, there you go. See, he said if you're healthy, you're gonna play. So that means 3 receivers are not playing. Mike Evans ain't playing. Russell Gage ain't playing. I think this is a plan that was talked about between Bowles, Leftwich. They knew they could not have injuries at receiver. So basically, for the entire preseason, Evans, Gage, and even Julio Jones, and obviously Chris Godwin, none of them played this preseason. Oh yeah, they practice. That's fine. Joint practice and all that stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, live action. Now there's some teams out there actually are playing their starters. KC, they played some of their stars. There's teams out there getting some real live action. I think there's going to be some teams this weekend have their starters, God forbid, to avoid injury, but one series, maybe 2. Some people put a lot of stock in preseason. Some people don't. I'm like half and half. You need preseason, and kind of like half of me to feel like you don't need it, but I get it. So all our top 4 receivers hasn't played the entire preseason. The entire preseason. Remember what I told you about Julio Jones is they got him on the Kawhi Leonard treatment, load management, because they know he has an injury history. So you can't overwork him in preseason. Julio Jones' body, if you push him too hard at this stage of his career, being that the position he played, the amount of running he did, his body's fragile right now. If you overdo it, he will get hurt easily. Just by running and cutting, he'll get hurt. So even in a 17-game season, Julio Jones, they're gonna be careful with him. Just like they've been careful with Gage in training camp. They was careful with Julio Jones too. I mean, he's been in the league for a long time, but you get what I'm saying. And then Gage had a hamstring injury, and we know about the Chris Godwin situation. And Mike Evans with his hammies or his hamstring every year, and they want to go into the season healthy at receiver outside of Godwin, right? Even though Godwin looks great, looks good, but I don't think he's playing the game number 1. But they want to go into the season healthy, at least with Gage and Julio Jones, because in my head, Godwin's not going to play the Cowboys game, right? So you roll Gage and Julio out Julio Jones and Gage out there, but Evans, you cooking with something. You cooking with something, right? So that'll work. And that'll be enough to get by the Cowboys. Clearly, right? That I think we can beat the Cowboys without Chris Godwin. Like I said, my only concern was the interior O-line or secondary and interior O-line. But the Cowboys got some issues. Well, they got injuries on their O-line. Tyron Smith out for 3 or 4 months with a torn ligament on the back of his knee or hamstring, ligament. So he's out. Their left tackle, they're all pro or whatever, top 100 player left tackle. We ain't Shaq Barrett and Joe Tryon ain't got to worry about Tyron Smith. Advantage Tampa Bay. Already going into game 1. So this is the thing about injuries in preseason. Like, remember I told y'all, as a Bucs fan base, during our training camp, we've had injuries, and we're going to use those as a launch point if we lose games. Remember, every team is going through this pretty much, a lot of teams going through the same situation. So remember, Bucs fans, training camp is a good and bad thing, but we can't use that as an excuse to say, oh, well, we would have beat them if we would have had X, Y, and Z, because if we beat the Cowboys fans would be like, oh, if we would have had Tyron Smith and a healthy Michael Gallup, who's most likely going to play, we would beat y'all. But if the Cowboys beat the Bucs, that's not happening, but hypothetically speaking, if the Cowboys beat the Bucs, what we going to say? Oh, our O-line was young. Oh, Ryan Jensen was hurt. Chris Godwin wasn't there. So remember, we can't have it both ways. This is why I am against using injuries as an excuse, because other teams are going through the same thing. You got to find a way, next man up, to win. So with our receiving core, without Godwin, we're still good. No excuses. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any excuses, even without Godwin. I don't want to hear it, because I got to give that same energy to the other teams as well. Like, oh, wait, they got injuries too. So all season long, I don't want to hear injuries. I don't want to hear it. Now, is it a talking point? Of course. If it's a major injury, yeah, we're going to talk about it, but we got a top 5 roster. So I cannot use injuries as an excuse. A major injury, a minor injury, because we got a roster loaded, right? So somebody should just be able to come on in and fill that position. Godwin don't play. We got Julio Jones, Russell Gage. Okay, Ryan Jensen's not here. Cool. We got Robert Hainsley. Stanley got hurt. Okay, we got Luke Gedeke. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that. I don't want to hear that. Not on this channel. You come to me using injuries as a sorrow point and wanting some sympathy. I would be like, man up, or woman up. You know what I'm saying? So this weekend's preseason game against the Colts. I said the Chargers last video, but it's the Colts. You want everybody to come out of there healthy, whether they play 1 play, 2 plays, a series, or 2 series. And Brady is playing, and I understand why he's playing. He want to get some live reps in. Probably going to play maybe 2 series. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 3. I don't know. But he want to get some live reps. And I understand, because his preseason or his training camp / preseason, he's been MIA. Now, we all know what he was doing. He was with his family. They was in Barbados or something like that. So missing 11 days in camp, not only you missing practice, but you ain't getting the timing down in a real live situation. Not granted, well, he don't really need that. That's not the point. You still need to get some live snaps in, even if it's just a series. Just get in the groove. And that's good that Brady going out there and giving us some snaps. It won't be a lot, but but unfortunately, he won't have his top 4 receivers. So he'll be throwing to those 6 guys I mentioned before: Darden, Perriman, Miller. He'll probably throw. Miller gonna probably be. This gonna probably be Miller's best game. Miller better be Scotty too hotty. He better be thankful Brady's playing, because when Brady plays this Saturday, they're gonna trot Scotty Miller out there with the first team, quote unquote. So he gonna get some catches. Geiger, Stern, Tompkins, Perriman, and Darden. So somebody gonna make the team from that receiving roster, 2 of them. And now you talk about the other team, our O-line can't take any more injuries. But unfortunately, we got to put somebody out there. I don't even want, to be honest with you, I don't even want our starters to play on the O-line because we can't afford another injury. Can you imagine they trot Brady out there with Hainsley and Gedeke and Donovan Smith, Shaq Mason, who hasn't really did, we haven't heard too much about him. Even the fact that even though he's good, we haven't heard much about Shaq Mason at all. Gave up a 5th-round pick. Belichick was like, nah, we good. We're going to draft Cole Strange. Gave up a 5th-round pick for, a top 10 guard. Top 15, top 10 guard, right? That's unusual. But Belichick is notorious of not emptying the glass of water, quote unquote. He tends to, I'm not going to use you all the way up. I'm going to get you at the very end of your peak, and I'm going to get rid of you. That's what Belichick does, though. And then teams will always come in and scoop up the guy that Belichick releases. And we'd be like, well, he was good. Calvin Noy, Jamie Collins. There's a few players that we seen play pretty good, but Belichick be like, I can't keep you. And that's exactly what he did Shaq Mason. So we haven't heard too much of anything about him. And then Tristan Wirfs, oblique injury. You think they tried him out there? No. They're going to be very, very, very precautionary approach. They're going to take a precautionary approach to this game Saturday. Even though some guys, he say, if you're healthy, you're playing. A lot of our starters not playing. A lot of them ain't playing. I hear what he's saying, but now on defense side, you can see a lot of them playing for a little bit. You can see that, right? I don't know about Shaq Barrett, but you can see Tryon playing because he played last week. Young guy. They want to give him some snaps. And of course, Logan Hall gonna play. Hakeem Hicks, I don't think he's gonna play. Nacho might play. Golson might play. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be basically like game number 2, but just with a couple of starters here and there. So, and a lot of that game is going to be spent looking at backups. So after the first series or 2, it ain't going to be, we're going to have to focus on the receivers and also the defensive backs, the safeties and cornerbacks, because we already know the top 3, right? Dean, Murphy Bunting, Carlton Davis. We know Logan Ryan going to make the team. We know Winfield Jr. going to make the team. Right? Keanu O'Neal's on the team. He's injured right now. Mike Edwards, he's going to make the team. That's 7 DBs right there. Let me go back through. Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean, Sean Murphy Bunting, Logan Ryan, Mike Edwards, Winfield Jr. Did I miss somebody? Hold on. Let me go back through. Hold on. Keanu O'Neal. That's 7 right there already. Keanu O'Neal. 7 guys in the secondary that are definitely making the team. How many DBs and cornerback? How many DBs and safeties they keeping total? I don't know. There's going to be a fight for that. Let me see. Let's see if they keep 9, right? Got 2 more spots open in that secondary. And then what makes it even interesting that Logan Ryan and Winfield Jr. can play multiple spots. So they might not have to have 9 guys total in the secondary. They could just do 7. The 7 they got now. But that's not how it works because we know Winfield Jr. and Logan Ryan. And I don't even think Logan Ryan's going to play. If you notice who won that, a lot of veteran guys, older guys. I don't think Winfield Jr. gonna play. I think Murphy Bunting and Dean might play. Carlton Davis, we ain't really see too much of him. Keanu O'Neal hurt. Mike Edwards, we'll see him, but it's going to be a lot about the young guys. This is more about the young guys. Your top, if you look at both sides of the ball, you got your top 11 on both sides. That's 22 players. And then you got your next 22, which is the backups. 11 backups on defense, 11 backups on offense. Or sort of not. Some of them play multiple positions, but you get what I'm saying. And then you got that window between player number, I'm going to say, make it easy, player number 40 and player 53. So that's like 13 positions you're really looking at. 9 to 13 positions you're looking at, or players to fill certain spots to play special teams. So it's going. I like Gardner, like Turner, like you got some guys in secondary that's nice. That's that's been playing nice, but comes down to numbers, man. How many quarterbacks the Bucs gonna keep? 2 or 3? Because if you keep 3 quarterbacks, that's one less you can keep for another position. You're gonna keep 7 receivers or 6. You're keeping 3 or 4 tight ends. They keeping K. Otten. They keeping him, Kyle Rudolph, and Cole Kef. It's 3. So that's pretty much your 3 tight ends right there. I'm just going down the list for this Saturday. You got your D-line. Nassib, Nelson, they keeping them. And the starters. Nassib, Nelson, Hall, Akeem Hicks, Shaq Barrett, Tryon. That's 6 right there. Nacho, Golson. No, it's 8. I'm sorry, it's 8. 8 defensive linemen, outside linebacker or D lineman. Linebackers. Levante, Devin White, Ole Futukase, 03, KJ Britt, Grant Stewart. You got some of these young guys, JJ Russell, Green on the D-line, Dietrich Sanat, a veteran guy. How many bodies are they're going to keep in certain positions? All this we're going to find out real quick, because as we watch this game Saturday, you should be able to immediately be like, he ain't making it. We don't see in 2 games. So we should have an idea in the third game based on the first half. Okay, he ain't going to make it. We ain't seen nothing from him. Because by the time the second half come, these guys are just putting out tape for other teams. You really going to have to focus on the first half. That's who you're going to see make the team. Because the second half, those guys practice squad and putting out tape for other teams. And the kicking competition, right? What's it? Borgi? I can't pronounce his last name, but and Ryan Sucker. What kicker are we going to keep? We're gonna keep the strong leg kicker, or we're gonna keep the old veteran kicker that costs more, but he's a veteran. San Francisco playing right now. They're playing the Texans right now, and they playing their Trey Lance out there. So it's gonna come down to what's going on here. So we're going to see. I think Patrick Mahomes playing. He was dressed out. But yeah, preseason, got to be careful. Uh-oh. But I don't know, man. There's just a lot of questions that we do have and who's going to be on the roster. But we all want to know. We're going to find out real soon. Of course, I don't think the Bucs are gonna go 0-3 in preseason, right? It don't mean nothing, but you would like to see your team get a win, right? And score a touchdown. Don't do what they did last week and be the only team not score a touchdown. That was embarrassing. I don't like that. Oh my gosh. So we're going to see. Dang. I'm going to put this link out here. I want to see what y'all got to say about this game. And today I'm only doing one at a time. So I'm not going to load up the locker room today. I'm going to do one at a time. So what's your thoughts about this week's preseason game, and also with the signing of Gerard Avery and what we got here? The link is in the description box or the chat room. Come on in. Y'all know the routine. When I do one-on-ones, you know the routine. So, what you got for me today? We starting early today, so.
Here's the preseason goal, Clark. We know we hadn't planned on talking to you again today, but really appreciate you coming by.
The Chiefs playing their starters. All right, click on the link. Come on in the locker room. We're doing one by one today. One-on-one. You got one-on-one with me. So we got the 49ers, the Texans, and the Packers and the Bears. The 49ers playing Deebo Samuels right now with Trey Lance. Interesting. I'm going to give y'all a couple of minutes to get yourself together. Get yourself together. The link is in the chat room. Click on the link. Holla at your boy. Nope, Patrick Mahomes not playing. I think he played one series. I just caught the game kind of late. Holla at your boy. What's your thoughts on what Ty Bo's talking about, right? Holla at your boy. I'll give y'all a few minutes now. I'm going to give y'all some time to get yourself together. Y'all know the routine. Get yourself together. So I got to play my song. There have been some trades already. The Jacksonville Jaguars traded for a decent O-lineman. The Packers gave up O-lineman. Oh, J.C. Treader. We ain't getting him, so y'all can stop bringing up J.C. Treader. He retired officially today. He's the president of the NFLPA. So you strap in for Robert Hainsley. But did I tell y'all a couple weeks ago about that situation? They believe in what they got. Now, it's all fine and dandy until they get in there and them boys get a rude awakening against those Ravens and Steelers and Browns and Packers and Saints D-line twice. It's all fine and dandy now. Bengals. I look, Todd Bowles saying the right things. I believe in our guys, Luke Gedeke, Robert Hainsley. All that sounds fine now. Let's keep this in mind. When we had Kappa, Jensen, and Marpet, we struggled against some D-lines. And those three are a lot better than Mason together as a unit, Hainsley and Luke Gedeke. So to sit here and tell yourself there's no drop-off, are you out of your mind? There was a graph that had the Bucs offense number 5. And by a full disclosure, it was a guy from PFF. Now you know how I feel about PFF. They had the Bucs ranked 5th in the NFL O-line with Hainsley, Luke Gedeke, and Shaq Mason in the interior. I'm trying to figure out, Justin Watson just dropped the ball. Oh, Lord. How can anybody explain that to me? How is the Bucs top 5 with a whole new interior? It actually shocked me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You know me, I'm always keeping it 100. I can't give the Bucs top 5 with a whole new interior. I can't do it. All 3 guys didn't play last year. All 3 guys. The 3 guys that Brady played with. Oh, Trent McDuffie hurt his neck. All 3 guys, brand new. We don't know how they look together. And the Bucs ranked top 5 per PFF. I think his name is Mike Reiner. I scratched my head on that. And I'm a real Buck fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Buck fan all day. And I didn't agree with that. Yeah, Trent McDuffie. Tackle with his head. He went in. He went to tackle and then, his neck. Just because Brady gets rid of the ball quick, that doesn't mean the O-line is really good. See, don't get caught up in the deception. O-line is really good because Brady throws the ball fast. How does that make an O-line good when he throws the ball fast? You really don't know what you got until they play real D-lines. And we're about to find out quick and early. That's why I cannot give Justin Watson caught the ball. I can't give you top 5. With Luke Gedeke and Robert Hainsley, I don't even know if they're going to be good. And I'm not going to rate the Bucs that high. Are you crazy? We ain't even seen these guys play. I can't even rank them top 5. Or you could say, well, they top 5 because of Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady don't block. Tom Brady don't block. He throws the ball. That has nothing to do with blocking. He throws the ball. Now, if he can make the O-line better by getting rid of the ball fast, does it really say the O-line is really good? With this interior group. Not talking about last year and the year before. I'm talking about this current group in interior O-linemen. Because if Brady gets the ball out under 2.5 seconds, that makes the O-line good. How does that make any sense? Like going into the season, does that make any sense? You don't have any footage or tape to say that. Or the O-line gonna be straight because of Brady gets the ball fast. But what happens when he got to hold the ball? What happens when 2.5? What happens when it's 2.7, 2.9, 3 seconds? Can the interior O-line hold up? Can the top 5 O-line hold up, especially in the interior with these top-rated D-lines? People, and the reason why I keep harping on that, I think people are not taking that serious. I think a lot of us Bucs fans are not taking that serious. Like, I think in our minds, we so accustomed to Kappa, Jensen, and Marpet, we think by switching all 3, everything's going to be fine. Isaiah Pacheco, he's nice. I just want y'all to really take that serious. I really want y'all to take that serious. Like, and remember now, O-line is not about just pass blocking. It's run blocking too. So we top 5 based on what? I just need I just want I just want to see, like, and anybody can come on here and talk about it. I want a logical understanding behind the Bucs O-line is top 5 right now. You know what I'm saying? I just want a real logical, because I'm going to challenge you to explain why you think the O-line is fine without any live footage of the O-line playing together in the real regular season. This is why you guys got to take it serious. And I keep stressing this out, and because this is going to be an issue. If you don't think it's going to be an issue, you're crazy. It would be naive for you to think that the O-line is not going to be an issue in certain games against certain D lines. Like, you can't be that naive. You can't sit here and convince yourself that, oh, the Bucs O-line, specifically in the interior, is going to be fine against several D lines that's on the schedule, especially early in the season. Look at the first 9 weeks. Oh, the O-line's going to be fine. That includes run blocking too, not just pass blocking. We saw them in preseason. We saw a couple guys that's starting in preseason try to run block, and the Bucs hasn't had any great success in preseason running the ball against backups, even in joint practices. Now you're about to play starters. Saints, Packers, Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals, Rams, Saints again. I mean, come on. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, Mr. West. Like, I'm not finna go into the season thinking that it's not a big deal. It is. We literally saw Luke Gedeke. He's done some good things in preseason, but we also seen him get some holding calls and miss some, not block well. We seen Haseley a few times, did some good things. These guys got room to grow. Don't get me wrong. I'm not down on the guys, but to sit here and convince myself that the O-line is fine. Now, if we had the Jets and some weak defenses at the beginning, I'll be more comfortable. I'm not comfortable with the O-line right now, interior wise. I'm not comfortable. I'm being honest. Pass blocking wise, anything under 2.4, 2.5 seconds, okay, that's cool. That has nothing to do with the O-line. That's HUD. Oh, he blocked really good. The ball just came out in 2.3 seconds. How? All you got to do is stand up and get in the man's way and completion, which means this transition to Byron Leftwich changing the offense around to be more of a 0 to 7 yard offense until the guys get their feet wet. Gedeke and Haseley specifically. Because I guarantee you, even the Cowboys with Micah Parsons, they're going to blitz that gap between Haseley and Luke Gedeke, and between Luke Gedeke and Donovan Smith. That whole left side is about to get tested from Haseley to Donovan Smith. Game's going to be played, twists and stunts, and they've been struggling in joint practices against the Titans and the Dolphins. And then we watched the preseason game in the first quarter. Bucs struggling to run the ball for the most part, outside of a couple of decent runs. And we about to go into the regular season. In the first 8 weeks, we playing some tough D linemen. If I can see something better this week, I feel more better. All I'm trying to get y'all to do is just be aware. Don't be oblivious to what's that meme? Drinking the tea and the fire in the background. There's smoke. We don't have any fire in the background, but there's smoke. You got to be aware. Like, what's that smell? Let me check and see if something burning. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to think. Just make sure you checking on that and not be oblivious to a whole new interior O-line. You get what I'm saying? I just want y'all to be aware. Don't get me wrong. We do have fans that's not worried about the O-line because Brady gets the ball out quick. But that's not the point I'm making. O-line is just not about standing up and putting your hands out. It's about creating running lanes and giving your quarterback time and not getting beat like a drum. We literally just watched Alex Kappa for a couple years get beat like a drum. We literally watched Donovan Smith get beat like a drum for years. Even Ryan Jensen's first season with the Bucs, penalties, flags. So for you to think that Hainsley and Luke Gedeke is going to come in and it's all good, they're going to get tested early and often. I just hope you fans, some of you fans out there of the Bucs, are prepared for that emotionally. Because I guarantee you, when I'm doing these live streams or these post-game streams, it's going to be a lot of complaining about, oh, they didn't block. We didn't run the ball well. Because there will be some games we ain't running the ball well. Why? Just remember this. Before I move on to the next subject, just remember this. This O-line currently constructed is not better than last year or the year before. Keep that in mind. This O-line currently constructed is not better than last year's or the year before's. The year before. 2020, 2021 lines are way better, obviously. There's a drop-off. Specifically at left guard and center. From going from Ryan Jensen to Robert Hainsley, it's a drop-off. Ali Marpet, Aaron Stinney to Luke Gedeke, it's a drop-off. No matter how you spin it, no matter how fast Brady get that ball out, it's a drop-off. Because at some point, you're going to have to hold your block. At some point, you're going to have to pull and run block. I just want y'all to be mentally prepared for that. And I don't want y'all to argue at me. Don't get mad at me when they miss a block or they allow a sack. Don't get mad at me because I'm going to point it out. I'm going to look at the camera and I'm going to say, I told y'all. Tristan Wirfs and Donovan Smith should be fine. They'll be fine. That's not my concern. 70. He's not number 76 no more. His name is Donovan Smith. He's fine. He'll hold up as long as it's not a top level guy. And let me say this about Donovan Smith. He'll hold his blocks. He'll block a guy pretty good for a lot of the game, right? Half of the game, 75% of the game. But it's that 25% Donovan Smith just loses, focus. So he'll be fine for the most part. As long as it's not Trey Hendrickson or Cam Jordan or Leonard Floyd, TJ Watt, or Brian Burns. But outside of that, he'll be fine. Tristan Wirfs, beast mode. He'll be good. I ain't worried about him. But there is a concern. No need to panic. I just want to let y'all know there is concern with the O-line, specifically in the interior. I just want to put it out there. There's no fire. It's a talking point, and it's a good talking point that you need to be aware of as a Bucs fan. Because if you're not concerned about the O-line, then what are you concerned about? Secondary? Because you're concerned about something. Injuries? You got to be concerned. Byron Leftwich play calling? The run blocking on first down up the middle. You're concerned about something going into the season. Every fan base, if you go around and look at these fan bases and what their talking points is, every fan base is worried about something about their team. So don't tell me the Bucs fan base is the only fan base ain't worried about nothing. We just fine. We gonna be fine. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? If you're going to sit here and convince yourself you ain't worried about nothing, then what are you looking at? That's them. And shouts out to the super fans. Like them super Buck fans, like you can't tell them nothing. You say anything bad about the Bucs or anything of concern, they shoot it down. That's them super Bucs fans. And much respect to the super Bucs fans. That's a special group because you can't say anything of concern or worry or bad about the Bucs because they're gonna come at you and try to change it. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. What? They just gave up 4 sacks. So what? That's them super fans. You got to be careful of those super fans because they hard to talk to. I mean, what? I mean, them fans, they will fight immediately. Every fan base got a group of those fans. You can't tell them nothing wrong. You can't even point something of concern out because they're gonna shoot it down. You know, I'm just talking about something. Oh no, you can't talk about that. And then they go to say you don't like the team, and then they go spin a narrative like you crazy. Super fans. Every fan base got them. Trust me. And we all family, obviously, right? We all family. But I scour the NFL social media verse. And some of these fans, super fans, not just our super fans, but other team super fans, they be saying crazy stuff against their own fan base. Like, wait a minute. What's going on here? You can't say nothing. They're going to jump on you. Oh, why you a fan of the team then if you're talking like that? Can't talk about nothing. Walking on eggshells talking to super fans. I'm telling y'all. Walking on eggshells when talking to super fans is no joke, but I can handle them, though. I like super fans. Because, remember, super fans are emotional based fans. Their foundation is emotions. Then they do have logic, don't get me wrong. But the foundation is emotions. Even if you're having a regular conversation with a super fan, some way, somehow, it's going to turn into an emotional argument. Deflection. They could use poor choice of words. Change the narrative, spin a narrative. All because you said, I don't think he's playing well. What do you mean he's not playing well? He's playing well just because he gave up 2 sacks. He's fine. Just because he had 17 carries for 30 yards, he's running the ball fine. But those are the super fans you want to stay away from. I would say stay away from them, but just be careful how you talk to them. Because you don't want to get yourself caught up into that argument because it's going to turn into an argument. No matter what you say, it's going to be a rebuttal. Even if you give them facts, still, they're going to challenge the facts. They're going to challenge the facts with emotion. Remember my hashtag, facts over feelings. No matter how you feel, what does the facts tell you? Hashtag, what does your eyes tell you? That's why I use those 2 hashtags. I use those 2 things for a reason. Hashtag, what does your eyes tell you? And hashtag, facts over feelings. And the fact is, the O-line is weaker than last year's. The fact is, the O-line got huge question marks in the interior. Center, left guard. Those are facts. Those are real facts. I don't care about how you feel. The fact of the matter is, we don't know how Hainsley and Luke Gedeke is going to look in the regular season. That's a fact. Where's the lie? Don't get mad at me. I'm just giving you facts. Until I'm shown otherwise, these are facts. Don't get mad at me. Until proven otherwise, question marks. And that's the beautiful part about going into the regular season. Talking points. This is all talking points. Remember, I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been talking on this channel for 6 years. It's all talking points. Don't take it personal. I hope nobody take this personal. This is just football. Remember, football fan first, Bucs fan second. Don't get mad. Because if you get mad, you're more than welcome to come on the channel and give me what you believe or feel. I'm willing to listen. But I tell you what, though, I'm going to listen to your feelings. and I'm going to present some facts. And you got to come back with something. Because if you don't come back with something, I'm like, okay, then you're just talking an emotion. Because I don't want to play semantics. I don't want to play the word game. Change the word here, change the word there. I like to get to straight facts. 2 + 2. I don't care about all the extra stuff. 2 + 2 is 4. That's the answer. Next. I'm not going to get into the discussion of Pythagorean theorem and AC squared. And I'm not doing all that. Give me simple, logical facts. And the fact is, concerns secondary, interior line. That's what it is. If you don't agree with that, that's fine, but it's still a concern. See the difference? You don't have to agree, but it's still a concern. So whoever plays this Saturday, most likely is going to be a lot of backups. But if we see some starters, well, oh, good run. Good run. Green Bay just scored. We're gonna find out early and often. I wonder, you know what? I wonder if, I don't know. I'm believing Hainsley and Luke Gedeke is going to play Saturday. You got to get him some reps. And that's why Brady's playing. So we most likely might see, outside of Tristan Wirfs, the starting O-line. Shaq Mason, all together for the first time in preseason, in an actual preseason game. You know, because we've been reading reports. We've seen some tape. We've seen some tape on Hainsley and Luke Gedeke. Not too much on Shaq Mason. Tristan Wirfs because he hurt oblique. Not too much of Donovan Smith, right? But, oh yeah, special teams. Right. Yeah, 3 of them, right? 3 things, right? Don't get me started on special teams, but you get what I'm saying? We have yet to really see them outside of what's been going on behind the scenes. And they most likely putting in some great work. Don't get me wrong. They putting in Harold Godwin, Brian Leftwich. They're putting in some great work behind the scenes. Don't get me wrong. They are putting in the work because they got to get these guys revved up for the regular season, because the Bucs are not naive. They see what's on the schedule. They see, oh man, early. The first 4 games alone is a 50% chance. There's a 50% chance of the first 4 games, all 4 teams are in the playoffs. And we see them at some point. Like, we might see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Remember, Super Bowl of the Bucs. We might see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. There's a decent probability. There's a possibility all 4 can make the playoffs, but the probability of all 4 of them making the playoffs. I'll break it down to you. The Cowboys in the NFC least. That division, who knows? But the Cowboys got a chance to win, so that's a possibility, right? The probability is there because that division is weird. The Green Bay Packers, you could pencil them in as a playoff unless they have a catastrophic season. And then the Saints, well, they've won the division for the last 5 years. We 1-7 against the Saints. They beat us last year with 2 backup quarterbacks. They beat us last year with a tight end with a bunch of players injured. In the second game, we didn't score 1 point. And they had a tight end playing quarterback. 3 field goals. And a bunch of players that were injured, and they beat us. Now they all healthy. The Saints making the playoffs, there's a possibility. The probability is there. Possibility, probability. And I just gave y'all 4 teams. We know the Chiefs making it. That's why I say there's a 50% chance that all 4 teams that we play in the first 4 games make the playoffs. And people don't think, 50% is not high. Yes, it is. That's high. when it comes to football predictions. So you can actually look at the first 4 games as playoff games. Think about that for a second. The first 4 games, you can look at it literally and say, this is playoff preview. I know some of y'all are like, the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs. That's not the point I'm making. It's just the fact that the fact that the Cowboys play in a weird division and they might win that division. Now, I know they're talking about the Eagles. I know they're talking about the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. I'm still skeptical on him. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Jameis Winston with that roster. Now, if you had to put some money on it, would you put money on the first 4 teams that we play this season all make the playoffs? Would you put money on that? If I gave you $50, would you put $50 on all 4 teams making the playoffs? I just might do that. I might give somebody $50 to place a bet. You get what I'm saying? Think. And that's just the first 4 games. I can't really see I don't know who somebody's coming in. I can't really see who that is, but it won't even let me, it won't let me. Something wrong. I got to fix that. So. And on top of that, special teams. Special teams. Yeah. We already know about special teams, right? We know that's a problem. That's a fact. There's no spinning that around. You can't use wordplay about the Bucs special teams. It ain't gonna work. You can't say and tell me, well, the Bucs special teams, it's going to there's nothing a Bucs fan can tell me to convince me that the special team is fine. There's nothing any Bucs fan, super fan, a Luke Fairweather fan, or just a solid fan, not one of y'all can tell me that the special teams is fine. You can't even put something together to convince me. It's hard to try to convince something that you don't even believe in. Bucs special teams. You can tell yourself you believe in the Bucs special teams, but let's be real. You don't. You can convince yourself you believe in the Bucs special teams, but you don't. And when I say special teams, I'm saying special teams as a whole. I'm not, I'm going to separate this piece. And no, as a whole. Yeah, I can get into particulars. I have faith in the kicking game, right? I have faith in Jake Kamada, right? Let's break it down then. Let's break special teams down, but as a whole, I don't. But let's break it down. Jake Kamada, he kicks the ball very well, as long as he don't outkick his coverage, right? Work on some accuracy. He'll be all right. He'll grow from that. The Bucs kicking game, Ryan Suckup. Last year he was, he's not bad. And you got the rookie kicker. He got a big leg, but can he perform in crunch time? So as far as the kicking game, I think we'll be fine. See, I'm breaking the special teams down. Punt, the punter himself, and the kickers, whoever we go with, it should be okay on that end too. Even though we've had some really bad luck when it comes to the kicking game overall for the last 12 years. Those are facts. Can't spin that. Do I need to run down the list? Since 2009, I always talk about this. There's nothing you can tell me that you can make me believe that the Bucs kicking game is overall good for the last 12 years. You have no facts on that. You have no facts to back that up. Let's talk about the punt return and the kick return units. Do you got any faith in them? Punt return and kick return. Do you got any faith in that group? Led by Keith Armstrong, one of the worst special teams coaches in the NFL. And the only reason why he got the job, or he still got a job, is because he's cool with Byron Leftwich and Bruce Arians and Jason Light, because he was in Arizona with them. That's the only reason why he got a job. If they was to fire him right now, nobody picking him up. We know this. Nobody's picking Keith Armstrong up. The Falcons, their fans warned me. The Falcons, they fans warned me about Keith Armstrong when we signed him. It was like, he horrible. Did y'all forget he was the special team coach of the Falcons? The Falcons was at the bottom of the NFL in special teams and returns. Because he's buddy with the Arizona front office and the coaching staff. That's what it is, basically. All the main lieutenants, from Jason Light all the way down to Todd Bowles and Bruce Arians, all of them are from Arizona. Not Todd Bowles. Yeah, he been coaching for what? Yeah, I'm just saying, but that the whole staff, they all came from Arizona. Light, Arians, Bowles, Leftwich, Godwin, Keith Armstrong, Larry Foote. I think Casey Rogers was there too. Kyle Christensen, Tom Moore. No, yeah, Tom Moore coached with they was with the Colts. And Clyde Christensen with the Colts, but that was with Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians, Clyde Christensen, Tom Moore. They was back there with Peyton Manning. But you get what I'm saying? That's the only reason why Keith Armstrong got a job. If he wasn't cool with the front office, he'd have been fired a long time ago. And I'm surprised that they didn't even fire this dude yet. He hasn't shown the fan base anything reasonable about our special teams. Punt return, kick return is horrible. Punt coverage, kickoff coverage sucks. Horrible. And you know what? So and I hate to say this, and I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but I got a feeling at some point they're gonna cost us a game. One game at least. Field position, return yardage, return for a touchdown. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna cost us a game. They're gonna cost us a game because of what we've been seeing. Y'all know them, right? And I hate to say that, but just based on the facts that we've been seeing for the last several years, they're going to cost us a game. They've cost us multiple games. Let me rephrase the word. I don't want to say cost. They have changed the game because of not tackling, not get down on coverage, missing the kick, kicking the ball out of bounds. It's always something. And it's affected the outcome of a game. Missing game-winning kicks. We've seen this. Missing chip shots. We've seen this. We've literally seen this. And that's concerning. So I hate to say this, but it's going to cost us a game. And I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm not trying to be like, oh, he negative. I'm just giving you the facts. They have cost us game, or they have changed the outcome of games multiple times in the past. Even last, like, we've seen this. Field position do affect games. A legal procedure does affect the outcome of a game. Missed field goals affects the outcome of a game. Illegal block in the back, holding, not being able to field a pooch kick. Remember that play with where Mickens and Mike Edwards? The ball was like, pooch kicked, and they couldn't figure out, the ball hit the ground. And remember that? Remember the missed field goals? Go look at the return yard average, punt and kickoff coverage units for the Bucs. Opponents runs the ball back 28 yards almost. Punt return, giving up 10 plus yards. We've seen it this preseason. They have walked the plank both preseason games. And there's a high probability against the Colts this Saturday, the special teams is going to do something boneheaded. I just want to see the special teams, just especially the return units and the coverage units, just I pray to the special teams God, can we get our units to be top 10? Return, punt return, and kickoff return, punt coverage and kickoff coverage. I just want us to be top 5, top 10. Give me top 12. Shoot, give me top 15. Give us something to cheer about in the return and the coverage units. But if it was up to me, Keith Armstrong would have been fine. Well, it's not up to me, but Keith Armstrong would have been gone a long time ago. Well, we got the Colts this Saturday. The first half is what you really want to focus on, because it's the battle for the receiving positions, the battle for the last couple of spots in the secondary, whether it's cornerback or safety, a linebacking battle, and Kyle Trask. I want to see him finish the preseason strong. I want to see the Bucs as a team, win or lose. I mean, of course, you want your team to win, but win or lose, I want the Bucs to just be strong and look good at the end of the day. Like I said, special teams, secondary, interior O-line. I just want to see them look good this game. Jordan Love still looks horrible. Who would you rather have, Jordan Love or Kyle Trask? Because neither one of those. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm watching Jordan Love right now. I mean, come on, bro. Steve Smith look out of shape. But I'm just saying. I will be live streaming at least the first half. I will be live streaming the first half. Jordan Love was a first-round pick. The Packers should have drafted a receiver, O-lineman. They drafted Jordan Love. What's this? What, year number 4 for him? Well, at least he's the backup quarterback. We do know that. At least Jordan Love has been the backup quarterback on the roster. That's a fact. Unlike Kyle Trask, who most likely won't be the backup going into the season unless he goes into this game and puts up 23 for 25 for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then we're going to have a conversation. What if that happened? What if Kyle Trask come in and put up a hellified third preseason game? Then what do you say? Do we have a conversation about backup quarterback? Oh, it's pretty much going to be Blaine Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert? Blaine Gabbert? Not Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert. I told y'all, this is the last game of the preseason. We got tape on Kyle Trask. He looked good the first game. The second game was, Now we got the third game. And what did I tell y'all? Can't really say that until we get some tape on him. Going into the preseason. Now that we got 2 games of tape, we got something to talk about. Now we got a final piece of the puzzle of this Kyle Trask conundrum. We got one piece to put together to end the discussion about Kyle Trask for the rest of the season. Because after this game, if he's not the backup, then what are we talking about? Because I'm going to tell you right now, when the season starts, if Kyle Trask not the backup, don't bring him up on my channel. It's irrelevant. Irrelevant. All caps. What did I tell y'all? If he doesn't make the roster as a backup, that's a major red flag. As a second-round pick. When you got guys in this year's draft, backups, no question. Guys last year starting. I granted the situation different. You get my point. You can go to the draft before then. What are we doing with Kyle Trask? If he doesn't play well tomorrow, you can definitely rule out him, making the backup. But if he puts up a good game and he doesn't become a backup, at least he ended on a good note as far as like the preseason, which is, he made a good move. That he made a jump from year 1 to year 2, which is not saying much, but you get my point. But I stand on 10 toes. If he doesn't beat out Blaine Gabbert, red flag. Blaine Gabbert is washed. He's washed. And you can't beat out that guy? First down. Because when the season starts, the minute a person brings up Kyle Trask to me, I'm putting you in timeout or I'm going to remove you from the conversation. I don't want to hear anything about Kyle Trask if he's not the backup. I don't care if you like him. I don't care if you don't like him. And I'm a Gator fan all day, but I don't want to hear nothing about Kyle Trask if he's not the number 2. Do you understand that, Bucs fans? Do you understand the words that's coming out my mouth about Kyle Trask? Because that's a hot topic. I don't care what the coaches say about him. I'm going to go by the coach's actions. Byron Leftwich and Todd Bowles, even Bruce Arians, they can say what they want to say about Kyle Trask. You know what I'm doing? I'm going by their actions. Is he gonna be number 2 if he's approved? He's putting in all this work. He's doing this. Then why is he not number 2? Because that's not what you say about a quarterback number 3, especially a second round pick. Yeah, he's doing all the right things and all that, but he's not going to be the backup. What? So you said all this good stuff about him, but then when they ask you the real deal question, is he going to be the backup quarterback? Well, we're going to go with Blaine Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert? Blaine Gabbert is not the future. Blaine Gabbert is not the future. If Kyle Trask is not the backup quarterback this season, that's not a confidence building situation to be in. That's not a confidence building situation. That the fact that you going into the season for the second year, not on the roster. Now, like I said, do we keep 3 quarterbacks? Do you keep 3 quarterbacks? Dun, 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 dun. So you want to wait? You want to waste a roster pick, or you want to waste a roster spot on a guy that's not going to see the field when you can use that roster space or that spot for a person that can help you on special teams? Let that sink in, folks. We got to cut Gardner or Nolan Turner because we got to keep Kyle Trask on there because he's a second round pick. What? We can't keep Una Futukase because we got to keep Kyle Trask at number 3. We can't sign Green. We can't keep Green on the roster because Kyle Trask. We can't keep Devin Tompkins on the roster because we got to have 3 quarterbacks. We can't keep Stearns or Geiger or Scotty Miller because we got to keep Kyle Trask on the roster to justify our second round pick. Folks, I'm a Gator fan all day, but it's not looking good. Not looking good. It's looking like his high school career is looking like his college career. He ain't going to get no love until like year 5, year 6. And by that time, he ain't going to be around. Kyle Trask can't be a 5-year project. Can't be a 3-4-year project. You see the quarterback class next year? What, 3 or 4 guys in the first round and a couple in the second round projected? And we're going to sit and wait on Kyle Trask for year number 3 to figure it out? No, man. Nah, man. This is it. Per se, right? I don't do we have any recent quarterback picked in the first 2 rounds, a third string? Like recently. Go back to the draft class 2019. Is there any quarterback in the second round that's a third string? Or first, second round pick, at the quarterback position, a third string? I'm just curious. Can anybody look that up? Like, quarterback that was drafted in the first round or second round in recent history, third string. Don't get mad at me. I'm just asking the question. Can anybody verify that for me, please? Matter of fact, I can do it with you. Bucks should have drafted O-line, D-line. NFL Draft 2019. I want to see in the first 2 rounds any quarterback that was drafted in the first or second round, 3rd string. Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Dwayne. Well, rest in peace. RIH, Dwayne Haskins. Okay, I'm in 2019 right now. So we go to 2021. 2020. Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love. These are all first-round quarterbacks, by the way. Let's go to the second round. Jalen Hurts. It's 2020, by the way. Still haven't found one yet in the first 2 rounds. Let me go back to 2019 second round. Still haven't found one in the first or second round as a 3rd string. Oh, 2019 second round. No quarterback drafted in the second round in 2019. Oh, wait a minute. Drew Lock. Drew Lock, second round, 2019. Fighting for a starting position, right? Geno Smith, right? Okay. All right, let's go to 2020. No, I did 2020 already. 2021. First and second round quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence, last year, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones. Let's go to the second round. Folks, it's not looking good for Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask drafted a couple years ago in the second round, by the way. (2020). That's why I didn't mention him, because he was already included. I mean, 2021, I'm sorry. Kyle Trask. So for the last 3 drafts, not one quarterback that's been drafted in the first or second round is a 3rd string. Even this year's draft. Oh, matter of fact, I could do that too. So from 2019 to 2022, let's do that. Kenny Pickett, first round. He's going to be the starter or backup. Malik Willis, backup. Sam Howell, most likely going to be the backup. Matt Corral got hurt, so he was out for the season, but he would have ended up being the backup. Davis Mills, starter, 4th round. Desmond Ridder, backup. Keep it 100. Now, one of them quarterbacks from 2019 to 2022 is 3rd string. Kyle Trask is about to be the only one in the last 4 drafts as a quarterback in the first 2 rounds, a third stringer. Bruh. Kyle Trask is about to be the only one in the last 4 drafts. Third string. I can 18. This is bad, folks. I'm just trying to give y'all the bigger picture. I'm just trying to give you the Law's picture in my Lux voice. I'm just trying to give you the Law's picture. He's just another lost quarterback. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen. So he got something in common. Kyle Trask got something in common with Josh Rosen. But at least Josh Rosen started. Josh Rosen was a starter, so I gotta know. If you talk about Josh Rosen now, I'm talking about when he got drafted. He was a starter. Lamar Jackson, starter. This is 2018, folks. Look how far I went back. 5 drafts. How much evidence do you need? It's not a good look for Kyle Trask. So for the last 5 drafts, Kyle Trask is the only quarterback drafted in the first 2 rounds that's going to be a third stringer. I had to. Do I need to go back to 2017? I'm giving y'all facts right here. The last 5 drafts, the quarterbacks that were drafted in the first or second round, none of them were third stringers when they were drafted, or didn't make the roster, or didn't dress. Every single one of them dressed. They were starting or they were backup. The last 5 drafts. Let's go back to 2017. I'm trying to get y'all to understand how this works. You can spin a narrative all you want to, but when I give you facts, I don't care how you feel. I'm going to do this every time this season. I see something in the chat room. I'm going to give you some real facts. It's going to hurt. 2017. You want me to keep it going? You want me to keep it going? In the chat room, if you want me to keep it going, press 1. Shouts out to Champ Side. If you want me to keep going, press 1. Champ Side, what's up, man? Shouts out to Champ Side Boxing. If you want me to keep it going, press 1. I need some more. If you want me to keep it going, press 1. I'm just trying to give y'all the large picture. Kyle Trask is just another loss in my Lux voice. I'm just trying to give you the large picture. 2017. Mitchell Trubisky. Patrick Mahomes. Deshaun Watson. These are quarterbacks that were drafted in the first 2 rounds. 2017, that's 6 drafts now, 6 drafts ago. Deshaun Kaiser, he was a backup. And he started some games. All the way back to 2017. All first verse. All first verse. You don't get this work in my Lux voice. Y'all gonna get this work tonight. Gonna get this work. Huh. You cut into my fucking time. Back on smack, full of that Jack Mac. You gonna get this work. All first verse. All first, second round. All first, second round. I'm just trying to give you the lost picture. Your pops wasn't a gangster. He was another lost. (2017). Your quarterback wasn't real. He's just another lost quarterback. Look, I can do this all night, folks. But the point I'm making is, I'm just having fun. But the point I'm making is Kyle Trask is in a circle by himself. He's in a circle by himself. In the NFL, the last 8 drafts, first and second round quarterbacks, 0 or third strings in their first or second year. All of them were starters or backups. But now we got the quarterback that's going to be a third string. Why do the Bucs do this with our? Why can't the Bucs develop quarterbacks? Because either you got talent or you don't. Because if he doesn't become a backup and beat out Black, was he overdrafted? This is not a good sign for Kyle Trask. I don't care what Bowles and Lethbridge say. I go by actions, and the actions show me he's still not ready based on their actions. They can talk a good game all they want to, but the results say Clyde Christensen came out and said he would not be the backup early in the offseason. So it goes back to say, why the hell did the Bucs draft Kyle Trask? What was the purpose of doing that in 2021? Why did they draft Kyle Trask? They could have had an O-line or D-line. Or somebody in the second. Do I got to go back and do this again, folks? Okay. All first verse. No point of drafting Kyle Trask in the second round. But they did it anyway. That's what it looked like. All right, so let me run down the second round list of players. They could have traded up to grab any one of these players. They could have packaged the second round and a fourth round and a sixth round pick to go up in the draft in the second round. Let me give you a list here. Tyson Campbell, Elijah Moore, Javonte Williams, Javon Holland, Landon Dickinson, the center, Christian Baltimore, Richie Grant, Trevon Morg, Kelvin Joseph, Walker Little, Jackson Carman, Asante Samuel Jr., Rondale Moore, Azuze Olare, outside pass rusher, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Pat Freiermuth, the tight end that played at Pittsburgh, Tutu Atwell, slot guy, Nick Bolton, linebacker to take place of Levante David moving forward, Terrence Marshall Jr., Pete Warner, Carlos Basham Jr., D-line, Josh Myers, center, Creed Humphrey, center, Kyle Trask. Could have traded up in the second round and grabbed a guy. An immediate impact guy. Kyle Trask wasn't even in a position of need. If you're rolling with Blaine Gabbert, I'm sorry, Davis Mills went in the third round, by the way. Kellen Mond went in the third round. Kellen Mond is a backup. Davis Mills, starter. Bucks could have drafted Joseph Usai, Brady Christensen, Paulson Abadibo at cornerback, Josh Palmer, receiver from Chargers, Chaz Surratt, Damon Brown, Tommy Tremble, tight end, Amari Rogers, slot guy, Wyatt Davis, Trey Sermon, Anthony Schwartz, kind of basically Scotty Miller, basically. A Ben Cleveland, Elijah Moulton, a nice secondary piece too for the Titans. Ernest Jones, the guy he played in the Super Bowl at linebacker. Rams, by the way. Just saying, man. All first verse. Anyway, Kyle Trask, it's not looking good for you, buddy. Second year, and you're not a backup? With the quarterback class coming out next year? Yeah. As I end this live stream, shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining tonight's Locker Room Talk. We talked about the Bucks and Colts preview for this Saturday. I will be live streaming that at least until halftime, because I don't know if I can sit through 4 quarters of that, especially in the second half. Ugh. Getting ready for the season, folks. Buckle up. We about to have fun. Don't get mad at me. It's just football. No judgment over here. With that being said, all right, Pirates and Sea Bandits, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I am. If I get something to eat. Hungry. Subscribe, like, comment, share all the videos, and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. With that being said, fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. Hashtag no risky, no biscuit. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag facts or feelings. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you? Hashtag probability versus possibility. Hashtag don't get mad at me. Hashtag trenches matter. They do. Trenches matter. And hashtag Super Bowl of us. No excuses. Period. I'll see y'all Saturday. Peace.